In the month of May, real estate seemed to slow down a little bit. However, we are still seeing some signs that we are still in the hot seller's market. What's up, guys? My name is Andy Montalvo. I'm a real estate agent here in Houston with Martha Turner Sotheby's International. And today I wanted to cover our May 2022 market update for the Houston real estate market. Now, if you would like to see what the market was like in the previous month so you can kind of compare what the real estate market is doing as 2022 is going by, go check this video out. It's going to be my market update for April 2022. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but before we get started, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe. With that said, let's get straight into it. As we usually expect around this time, the real estate market tends to speed up a little bit and we start seeing some more active listings come on market and we start seeing some more sales. Now, in terms of active listings in the market for Houston, we had about 16,255 single family homes, which was a 15% increase from the previous month of April and a 20% increase from the previous year in May 2021. What's good to note is that we also saw a 7% increase in the number of new listings from April to May, and now having 13,309 total units for the month of May in new listings. These are some good signs that we are seeing some inventory come back into the market. And as we mentioned earlier, once summer gets started, the real estate market starts to pick up. So it's kind of usual for us to see this increase in numbers. Now, the current main issue has always been the number of homes on market. That has created some issues for buyers in terms of what they can buy and what's available for them to actually go and compete on. However, now we have a new problem that has come, which is the rising interest rate. 6 months ago, there was a lot of buyers who were just sitting on the fence about buying, and interest rates were low, like below 4%. Now, due to the conditions of the market and all this overbidding and just overall competition in the market, a lot of buyers decided to sit out and just kind of wait it out. Maybe a lot of them were in leases that they were expected to get out by the start of summer, and then they would get into their new home. And a lot just got tired of competing against other people and said, you know what, let's just take a break. We'll do it later. Now, with the dramatic increase in interest rates, a lot of those buyers are now put out of the market and can't afford the houses that they were going after before. And even though we had 9,351 home sales in the month of May, which was a 4.4% increase when compared to April, it was still a 4.5% decrease when compared to May 2021. Now, it may not seem like a big difference, but we realize that we're in a market where a lot of people are buying. So really, majority of things that are coming on the market are getting snatched up one way or another. In terms of the median days to sell, it is now 7 days for the week, which has decreased by about 12.5% when compared to April 2022. And to add to all of that, increasing rates and competition on the market, well, we have an increase in the median price. The median price for a single family home in Houston has now risen to $352,000, which was only a 2.3% increase from April. However, over the past year, that has been a 16.8% increase. And if you go back and look at some of my past market updates, you will probably notice that this was one of the smallest increases in price from one month to the next month. And this is sort of what I mean by that. The market is kind of slowing down. These interest rates are forcing a lot of buyers just to go ahead and sign another lease and just stay in the leasing side just to see what happens maybe in the next year or so. It has really changed the financial situation for a lot of people who are considering and buying a home. And now either they're having to sign another lease or maybe buy a home that is below what they were originally wanting. Now, I do want to note that majority of people who are being affected by these higher interest rates and who are actually slowing down in the terms of buying in the real estate market are people who are buying below the $500,000 mark. Now, the number of home sales under $500,000 was a total of 7,105 total single family homes, which was only a 1.8% increase from April. However, when you compare it to homes from $500,000 to $1 million, which had about a 1,538 total single family home sales, that was a 13% increase when compared to April. And when you go even higher to homes over $1 million that only had 437 total single family homes sold in the Houston area, that was almost a 21% increase from the month of April. So it seems that the only people not slowing down in the market to buy are the people who are shopping in the higher end marketplaces. And a lot of the slowdown is actually happening in people who are buying under the $500,000 mark. Now, it is fair to say that a lot of times under the $500,000 market, you do have a lot of first-time home buyers and people who are buying their starter home. In the past, a lot of these people relied on new construction homes that were under those prices. But since new construction homes are also struggling in this marketplace with their inability to be complete, it is pretty noticeable to why we're seeing some of these drops in sales. Now, let's cover some of the best performing areas inside the loop of Houston. In the inner loop, you had the Heights and Greater Heights area lead the market with 137 homes sold and 162 contracts written. Up next, we had the Rice Military and Washington Corridor area, which had 38 homes sold and 64 contracts written. And then in third, you had Montrose with 32 homes sold and 51 contracts written. Now, I always like to give you a little bit of what's inside the loop, and I like to compare to you what's outside the loop as well. Now, outside the loop, usually the areas that are leading the markets in terms of home sales and in terms of contracts written are going to be those big suburban areas with the master plan communities. Now, when you go out to the suburbs, you had Katy leading the market with 590 homes sold and 1,165 contracts written. Up next, we got Cypress with 282 homes sold and 496 contracts written. And in third, you had Richmond with 276 homes sold and 456 contracts written. Now, guys, we're getting to probably what I think it's my favorite part, because I get to discover a lot of what's out there in Houston and kind of share it with you guys. And that is the new things coming to Houston, new developments and fun things to do. Now, in terms of new developments, I have something that I think is very exciting. The company Metro National is planning a 27-acre pretty much reconstruction in the Memorial area, right next to Memorial City Mall, where they're going to probably take over some of what the old Sears building was, and they're going to redo the entire area into an outdoor mall area. It's going to feature offices, retails, apartments, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. I feel like it's going to resemble a little bit of what City Center is, just with better walkability and more options for restaurants and shopping. The development is specifically going to happen in the Memorial City area between Berry Knoll and Gesner. I will attach the link in the description so you can find out more information if you are interested. Now, in terms of fun things to do, I like to include something that you could maybe go do with your whole family or maybe go do with several people. There's obviously a lot of stuff you can do in this city. You just have to go out there and look sometimes. But this time I want to highlight the summer block party at Levy Park, which will be hosted by the Texas Children's Hospital. The event will be happening on June 12th from 5 to 9, and you can come enjoy some music, games, and activities. Now, that is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, please do not forget to put them down below. And always remember, if you are looking for local real estate help and you are not here in the Houston area, go ahead and shoot me an email. Through Sotheby's, I'm connected to one of the largest networks in the nation of top-tier real estate agents, and I would love to get you connected and the help that you may need. Now, before you leave, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I like to know that these videos are creating value for you all. So again, go ahead and like and subscribe. It's down below. Thumbs up button. Big red subscribe button. Now, I am restructuring a little bit in terms of what kind of content I want to bring to you guys and what kind of value I want to provide. However, still expect a weekly video. If I don't post one week, you will for sure expect one the week after that. I will not go 2 weeks without posting one, that's for sure. And besides that, I will see you guys next time.